can ask questions, any questions you want at the end, but before I'll just start kind of like why we do this, what we hope that we get out of it, what we hope you guys get out of it. So these ID camps, they're typically about these size when you go to the college-specific ID camp. So in the summer we do where it's not just USF. We bring in about 40 coaches from the different levels. So you'll have Division 1, 2, 3, NAIA, and even JUCO, junior college. So you'll have all of those if you come to the summer camp, which gives you, in my opinion, the most bang for your buck, right? You're coming in, lots of coaches are gonna see you. Us as well, we have every single ID camp, we've taken a kid from that ID camp onto our squad. So it's been worth it. The college-specific ID camps, for me, it does a couple things. One, it's a smaller group, so it's about this group. This is what our winter one was about. This is what our summer one is, our spring one is about. This is a great opportunity, in my opinion, for relationship building. So if this is your first choice or one of your top choices, you would want to come to the college-specific one because now you know what I'm like. If you come in the summer one, depending on what college coach you get, that's the more of the relationship you'll build, and we'll all be evaluating you the whole time. But you won't really know what I'm like. But now I would say, even though it's one session, you have a good idea what you would get if you came to play for me. This is what I'm like. What you see is what you get, right? Alex and Dennis, you get to see, and there's a couple, 2 other players. So it's about that relationship. It's about the feel for the college. You come on campus, can you see yourself on Corbett Stadium? This is one of the best stadiums in the entire country, bar none. There's maybe a couple that match it, but it is one of the best in the country. And the fact that you get to play on it is just cool. I mean, if I'm in 8th or 9th grade, I would want to come just for that experience alone and to know what it's like. What is the experience like? So you can feel like what it's like, what the college coaches are like, so that when you come to your ID clinic in 10th and 11th grade and 12th grade, you're not freezing and nervous, and it's the first time you're in an environment and you don't know what it's like. Right. So you definitely want to know what it's like before you go. I think that's really important. What we did, structurally, is would be one day of preseason. One day today, you got what preseason would be like for us. And we had to cut your session short because the level bottomed out, if you noticed. Somebody almost threw up, and most people were walking by the end of this session. So that would be 1 of 14 for us, if that makes sense. So we wanted you to see that. We ran sessions that we would do with the kids in the morning. Every drill that you did, those are common for our team. There's 4 pillars of the game. Does anybody know what one pillar of the game is? Anna, come on, what's one pillar of the game?
Character.
I love that. That's one pillar of personality that I like a lot.
Like technical skills?
Technical! Good. Technical one, I knew you could get it. What's another pillar?
Practical.
Tactical. What's another one? Physical. Nailed it. What's the last one you think? Who said that? There you go. What is it? Mental. Technical, tactical, physical, mental. So those are, when we are out and we're judging you here, those are the 4 things that we look at for our standard. Are you physically at the standard? I would say there are 2 areas out here that were a huge drop off from our level would be physical and tactical. It was a big drop off from what we do to what's out here. And this field, it's an optical illusion. It looks massive, doesn't it? But it's, there's a maximum size field. No field can be bigger than 120 by 80. Ours is 120 by 80, but that is, yeah, okay, you do play on a lot of smaller fields. But the point is, if you play on other maximum size fields, that's what you play on, right? So physically, you need to be very, very fit, and far more fit than you are with your club team. The demands for college, fitness-wise, are far greater. You don't play in your position physically in college. You play everybody's position physically. We all attack as a group, we all come back, we all shift, we all rotate. Right now we're playing a system that has 4 players rotating positionally in the midfield in sequence so that we can free ourselves up, and then wherever you find yourself defensively, that's the spot you play and you figure it out. Does that make sense? So it is a lot of work, and you have to cover the ground the whole time, and we do not sub. If we sub, it's minimally. So out of our roster of 28, about 16 are getting in for the first quarter of the season, then it goes down to 15, and then at the end of the season, 14 kids are playing out of our 28. And most of them, I don't think Dennis comes off at all. Whether it's 110 minutes or 90 minutes, she's going to play the whole time, right? You need to go. So how far off the mark are you guys physically? Pretty far. And that's just fit. And then speed. Look at the size of this pitch. I mean, speed matters. I'm not saying that you can't make up for it in other areas, but slow kids, you got to make up some ground in something else. You got to be able to be really, really technical or really, really smart, and really, actually, you got to make up ground in every other area if you're slow. Every other area, so that we can justify putting the slow kid on the field, right? So fit, slow, agile. We have a kid right now, when we fitness test straightforward, she came in second place on our team behind our All-American. And yet she can't play for us because she can't move side to side, because she can't catch a tackle. When she loses the ball, she doesn't have the agility to then press the ball and win it back. She loses it, and she's so heavy that she just stays like a sandbag. But once she gets going straight ahead, it's very fast. But that doesn't allow her to play on the soccer field. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So there's speed, agility, fitness, and then the last one is strength, right? Physical strength. And I'm not saying you guys need to go hit the weight room, but if you've reached full puberty, you are allowed to lift weights with supervision and done correctly. You are allowed to start lifting weights. But if you're not comfortable with that, and as parents, if you can't afford a strength coach to do that, it's called body weight, 7-minute workout, all those things, all those apps that you have on your phone, do those. Because your abs can be stronger. You can do triceps dips, you can do push-ups, you can do squats, you can do so many things without actually lifting a weight, and you can be a heck of a lot stronger than you are now. So that pillar out here was missing for a lot of you guys. And then tactically, so it just looked like some of you guys need to ask more questions from your coaches, and you need to understand the game, not just your position. Because it isn't like that, right? You can't just know your position. You have to understand the game, where everybody else should be. Where should you be relative to the ball? Probably the most common thing we get from freshmen is, if the ball is there and I'm here, where should I go? And the other player's there. Like they want to know, they want us to move them like chess pieces and joystick them around. They would like us to answer those questions for them, instead of understanding the game and knowing where you should go based on what. What should dictate where you should move? We just had that conversation.
Your teammates.
Where can the ball go? If her hips are facing forward, going this way, do I need to be over here? No, the ball's never going to go there. How many people have seen a girl do a no-look pass? Not many. And if they do, you should just applaud them, because that's awesome, right? But for the most part, if your hips are facing this way, the ball is going this way. If they take a big prep touch, where's the ball going to go? Big prep touch, where's the ball going to, you know the answer. Where's the ball going to go? Far. If the ball's close to my body, where's the ball going to go? Short. If I look here, where's the ball going to go? Right there. If I look up, where's the ball going to go? Long, right? So based on my hips and the cues of the game, that answers about 80% of your questions. 80%. Beyond that, yes, there's tactical ideas, but you will know them based on the philosophy of your coach. Who should press, the direction of your press, those kind of things should be talked about at practice. If your coach hasn't made that clear, they're not doing a good job. So you guys should understand how to press based on what your coach's philosophy are within your system, and then you should be able to read the service. right? There was a lot of structural problem, even from a back four. So just how to move together, how to cover for each other, how to build. There was no building out here at our level of college, and that will vary. The lower the level, the less likely the teams build. Do you understand what I mean by build? Play out of the back. So the center backs open up, outside backs get high, maybe a defensive center mid drops in, and you try to collect the ball and you build from one third to the next to the final third. Not all programs build. They just launch and then build from where the 50-50 ball is won. They go from there, which is fine. It's a lower risk way to play. It's smart. If you have non-technical, more athletic kids, get it the heck out of your half and build down there. That makes sense. But the more technical, the higher advanced teams you get, they're going to want to play out of the back, right? So physically and tactically. Technically, there were some very good players out here. Very good touches, some good ideas, ball close to your body, some good moves. I mean, good heading technique. There was a lot of good players out here that could manage the ball. That wasn't bad. Mentally, some, goods and bad, but mostly good. Like the coaching, the coachability of the girls that were out here. All of you guys came and you wanted to win. You wanted to be coached. You were willing to play different positions. You were good to your teammates. You would be a joy to have on our team. So for the most part, that part was really fun to have you guys out here, and that is a really important piece too. The last thing we want is to have a kid for 4 years that we don't really like them. They're not fun. They're not good kids. They don't smile. They don't have good energy. They don't want to learn. You know what I mean? That matters. You come out here and you're just not, you don't have the right energy, and those of you who know me know that's probably not a good match for us, because I like smiley and happy. That makes me happy. So there was a lot of good things. I think that if you are younger and you want to get to that next level for USF, you have to keep coming out to USF, and you have to take the information that we give you and you have to put it into practice, and you have to show us that the next time. And we're not going to remember it. We're not chasing you. You guys have to chase your dreams. You have to go after it. So let's say afterwards I'm talking to Sally and I say, Sally, I think that you did, I'm going to use one, where's Mackenzie, right? I'm going to use the example. Or do you not want me to? You're going to be embarrassed if I do that? No. Good player, right? Fit, fast, a lot of the physical tools that you want, tenacious, good, works hard out wide. I'd like to see her on our radar for USF, but how many tools did she have in her toolbox to beat the kids out wide? Right now, the way that she's trying to beat the outside back is collect the ball, slow down, and then speed past them. That is never going to happen at our level, because we don't recruit slow outside backs. Then they can't play at the level. We have horses out there. Fast, hard-working, tackle hard, and they are not slow. So what's working at club for you is not going to work at our level. So two things I wanted to work on. One is pre-movement. So as the ball is traveling to someone in her area, I want her to travel away from the space that she wants the ball. Then when they collect the touch, come in, get the ball, scan to make sure she knows what direction the pressure is coming, and then use a step over or a quick feint to draw the defender to go one way, and then use her pace and tenacity to go the other way. It can't just be all brawn, because that's not going to work at the next level. And then she gets in and she's whipping in good crosses, but they're to nobody. It's not actually going to our team. So the next level is great. You got end line, but when you look up and there's only one player in the box, we don't want you to serve it. We want you to take more touches and then find that slot at the top of the box for the late run coming in. Or if you look up and there's multiple players in the box, you got to be able to serve to your teammate so that we can put it in. There's no applause on our bench for getting a service. Good service. No. It went to someone, good service, right? So that's the difference. So now, if she comes back, I would want her to come to me or email me and say, Coach Denise, I was just at your ID camp. You wanted me to work on some tools in my toolbox to beat players. I'm a rock star at it now. I'm starting to serve the players in the box. I'm super excited to be there. Boom, she comes. we watch it, she makes those changes, we'd probably give her more. And then you grow and you grow and you grow and you grow and you grow, and that's how you get better. You know, very few are gonna come at that younger age and we're gonna say, hey, we want you right now, right? The older ones, that's what we're pretty much doing. If you're in 11th or 12th grade, right now, it's typically a yes or a no. If you're in 11th grade and you think you're a late bloomer or you've had an injury, then there's the opportunity maybe where you can explain that and we can ask you to work on X, Y, and Z, and then you can come back. Does that make sense? That is not the case at Division II or even some of the lower level Division Is. They are recruiting still players in their senior year. So if you're in 11th grade and your dream school is a D2 school, you could still go in 11th grade, get great feedback, work on it, crush it in your 12th grade year, and still get a scholarship there. That's happening. The problem is that the recruiting process for the top Division I schools is somewhat sped up. That's not to say that we don't save some money to make sure that we do get those late bloomers, but it's important to kind of get your ducks in a row in advance. But I hope that you guys got a lot out of it. You have a reference from us. We know what you're about. You got a taste for what it's like at this level in a preseason. I hope that you go home and write it down. The things that you want to change, the things that you want to work on, that's what you get out of here. Then you leave and you're like, you go and get better on your own, not with your parents' help, on your own, because this is your dream. It's what you want to do. So you go and you make it better, and not just write down what you need to get better, but how, when are you going to do it? What's the time frame? Is it going to be 3 days a week? Are you going to go to practice 15 minutes early? Are you asking your parents for a private trainer? And if you're doing that, how are you helping to pay for that? What are you going to do for your parents to do that? What product are you going to show that makes it worth their time to invest in you? Because it's their money, not yours. You want them to do that, you show them exactly what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and then you get it done. And it's doable. But considering lots of the thing that was missing out here is physical, you don't need a private trainer for that. You can go to you can just get up. Just show up. Show up and run. Get up in the morning and run. I mean, I am up every morning at 5:15 with my twins. And if 5:15 isn't early enough, get up at 4:15 and work out before you go to school. Get up, run. Get up, sprint. Then go to school. It's already done. Done. Fitness done for the whole day. And then if you got soccer on top of it, you got touches on the ball, great, but it's done. The fact that you don't want to get up early just says that you don't love your dream enough. You don't want it enough. Don't make your parents pay if you're not willing to get up and work, right? And see, you're getting a good taste of what I'm like. Isn't that fun? Anyways, any questions for me that I can answer?